Peace be with you, my friends, and greetings from St. Paul's United Church of Christ in Exton, Pennsylvania. My name is Jonathan Hawes. I'm the pastor at St. Paul's, and actually I should say greetings from my home. May the blessing of God be upon you as we come together in spirit in celebration of Maundy Thursday, or Holy Thursday as it's called in many churches. The name Maundy comes from a Latin word which means commandment. And it reminds us that this is the day when Jesus gave his disciples a new commandment. A new commandment I give you, he said. Love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Today we go back to the basics. What does it mean to follow Jesus? What does it mean to honor God? What does it mean to be faithful? It all comes down to love. In the first letter of John, in the New Testament, we read these words, Beloved, let us love one another, because love is from God. Everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, for God is love. If we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is perfected in us. My friends, this is a day to rededicate ourselves to this love that stands at the center of our lives. It's a day to remember that our closeness to God is not about moral perfection or spiritual strength or theological correctness or special knowledge or life experience or anything else that might divide us. It's about our willingness to love one another. It's about our willingness to open our hearts to each other. It's about kindness and tenderness and compassion. As children of God, this is the stuff we're truly made of, and this is the life we're truly made for. One of the really hard things about this current time of distancing, is that at St. Paul's, our Maundy Thursday service is one of the most intimate that we celebrate all year. We're accustomed to sitting around tables in the social hall, sharing homemade soup and bread, with kids running back and forth from the nursery, sharing stories, basking in the glow of friendship and companionship. It's really hard to be apart today. But it's also an opportunity to remember that in today's gospel reading, Jesus demonstrates his love for his friends in an unusual and non-traditional way. He doesn't do or say the things that he always has. Instead, he gets up from the table, puts on an apron, and washes the feet of his friends. He does it to show them how much he loves them. It may seem strange or even offensive to them at first, but God's love is in it. And this is how it becomes for us one of the most important examples of what love and humility are all about. So today, when we can't do the things that we've always done to show our love for one another, I invite you to remember that love can take many forms. Whoever thought that a phone call or a card could mean so much? Whoever thought that a trip to the grocery store for a neighbor could be so holy? Whoever thought that wearing a mask could be a sign of caring instead of just a way to get Halloween candy? These are strange and scary times, but as long as we continue to love one another, these days and nights will always be filled with light. They will be filled with Christ's own light. I'd like to sing a song for you. This is called, Won't You Let Me Be Your Servant? Won't you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. We are pilgrims on a journey. We are travelers on the road. We are here to help each other go the mile and bear the load. I will hold the Christ light for you in the shadow of your fear. I will hold my hand out to you, speak the peace you long to hear. I will weep when you are weeping. When you laugh, I'll laugh with you. I will share your joy and sorrow till we've seen this journey through. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we've known together, of Christ's love and agony. Won't you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. If you're a member of St. Paul's, hopefully you received the email that was sent out with a short order of worship that can be used at home before supper, and I invite you to use that order of worship, which I hope is kid friendly. I tried to design it that way, and to do that after you watch this and before you share your supper. And one of the non-traditional things now I invite you to do as you prepare to share that supper is to bless one another with the sharing of the sacrament of Holy Communion. No matter what you have on hand, it doesn't have to be a loaf, it doesn't have to be grape juice. The best that I have here is a slice of store sandwich bread, and I didn't have grape juice, but I do have wine. Any kind of drink would do. Any kind of grain would do. It's not about the material elements. It is about the grace of God that abides with us in our remembrance and celebration of Jesus' Last Supper with the disciples. And that's what we do on Maundy Thursday. We remember that Jesus, on that last night they shared together in the upper room, that after supper Jesus took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he took the cup, and after giving thanks to God, he gave it to them, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Do this," he said, "as often as you drink of it, in remembrance of me." In the broken bread, we share in the body of Christ, and in the cup of blessing, we participate in the new life that Christ gives us. I invite you, as you share your meals tonight, or even if you're eating alone, to break the bread and to pass the cup, to bless one another and to give thanks for the gift of Christ's presence with us to the end of the age. And as we now prepare to celebrate our suppers, I'd just like to invite my family to come and and share the peace of Christ with you. And we'll say peace be with you, and happy Maundy Thursday, and good night. So,
Peace be with you.
peace be with you.